We got taxed twice. Yep. Two-direction tariff hit happened to us. So this is our experience. We bought aluminum from China, fabricated into car wash equipment in Hamilton, Ontario. Then we shipped those frames across the U.S. border. We got hit with a tariff coming in. We got hit with a tariff going out. Same metal, same government, two tariffs. We never saw it coming because nobody told us the two systems were running at the same time. So I'm Jack Jackson. I owned a Canadian aluminum manufacturer for 17 years, sold it in 2025, partly because what I'm going to tell you now. This is Manufacturer Daily, and this episode story I wish someone had told me 3 years ago. Our company was made of car wash equipment and aluminum frames fabricated by our supplier, and we assembled, shipped to the United States. The frames were aluminum. We didn't know. We bought the aluminum local from our fabricator who put it together, welded it for us, stamped it and everything, and total normal supply chain. Hundreds of Canadian manufacturers buy aluminum this way. We don't know where it came from. We just assume it came from here. Anyways, what we didn't know was the journey was from China to Canada. I actually started in Quebec and went to China, came back to Canada, and gave us a tariff coming in from Canada because Canadian government is charging tariffs on Chinese aluminum, but it originated in Quebec. And anyways, here's how it's stacked up to us. So normal MFM, most favored nation duty is 6%. That's another term. I know there's so many terms in this world. CIMA, SIMA, anti-dumping duties is a surtax that Canadian government puts on imported items that they want to protect our market. So Chinese aluminum exclusions, these duties can run as high as 101%. Anyways, in July of last year, 2025, Canada added a 25% surtax on it. So our costs went up from our manufacturer. He called in July and said, "Oh, by the way, your frame is going to go up 25%." Like 25%? Yeah, overnight tariff from our own government. Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, we had to jump on that one too and start putting our prices up again. That one we had to accept. So all cost was baked in from our fabricator when he charged us the frames, and it was just on the invoice, so we could prove that to anybody. It wasn't broken out. But when the frames crossed the border, they asked where was aluminum smelted. We asked our fabricator, and he's like, I don't know. And then we went back and did the digging. It took forever. We found out that it was smelted in China. What? So now we find out that we're going to be hit with a 25% tariff. We'll say on adding all together here, I think it added about, another couple of $1,000 on top of anything. Not on top of everything. Was originally, we came at first was 8,000, then we went to 4,000. Anyways, those were crazy days. So just to understand, you need to understand your smelt origin if you're shipping across. If you're importing, you're going to understand that you're going to be hit with an incoming tariff. I also talked to another client. I mentioned in the other video, I think last week, was he was importing desk legs from China, steel, and as he said, I think he did 8,000 at a time. 80 of them he threw in the garbage. 800 of them he threw in the garbage. About 10% were junk. So we always had to eat that cost. Plus, freight was getting crazy. But so we decided to go to Wisconsin, where he would order 8,000, and 8,000 came perfect. But both sides, he was getting hit with tariffs. Chinese side, he was getting hit with tariffs from the FMN situation with a special surtax, and then on the, of course, Wisconsin side, we have the retaliatory tariffs, which we call surtax, and he was getting on that side. Long story short, he gave up, shut down the shut down the manufacturing. He can't stay competitive, and yeah, sadly, another company shut down again. So what's that mean? Well, question one, make sure, as I said, where's your metal originally smelted? Number two, what is your metal content by weight and percentage? Because there is a scale. If you're below 15% on Section 232, is different than if you're on 50% of percentage of finished product. And make sure you, of course, that your pricing has reflected to your customers the change on April 6th, where duty is now being charged on the total amount of the finished good, not just the metal content. Yeah, I built a 17-year company on the exact same supply chain, and I did not fully understand until the invoices started arriving. And if this story feels familiar, reach out, because we lived through it in 2025 until we finally sold the company and moved it to the U.S. So, anyways, that's Jack Jackson, Manufacturers Daily. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for listening.